Right, we're recording. Big moment.
Yep.
Okay, so why did you join the Labour Party?
Because I grew up in South Wales in the 1980s, and coming from a family of coal miners, saw the devastation the Tories did to the mining community. I was on picket lines with my family in 1984-85 for the miners' strike, and it was fated, inevitable, that I would join the Labour Party and campaign for those communities and wanted to make them better places.
Cool. And what made you attend your first BLP or CLP meeting?
Because there's no point believing in what we believe in unless you get engaged in the means to deliver change, and that means winning elections, standing candidates, exercising power. Nye Bevan, my great hero, said it's all about power, chasing power in whatever arena of politics. That's crucially what we need to do, because if we don't win, we can't do anything about it. It's just hot air otherwise.
Cool. How was your first canvassing event?
First canvassing event I ever went on, I think, was same as most canvassing events I've ever been on, which is it depends on the nature of the people you're out with. I think if you are out with a good bunch of people, oh look, my pints are right, and enjoying yourself, as I am here tonight in Saltcoats Labour Club, then you can have a good time, and the Labour Party should be a place where you can have fun as well as doing the business.
How important is canvassing in your opinion?
Massive. I think part of the lesson we've got to always learn and relearn and re-remember is if the Labour Party ever loses touch with people, if we're not seen as being the catalyst for change in our communities, the people who are most in touch, then we will lose. And that is true everywhere in Britain, and therefore in my constituency of Pontypridd we're out canvassing every week, trying to talk to people, being seen to be the people who want to try and change things for the better in our patch.
Cool. So as an MP, how do you plan your strategy to help get out the vote?
I think variety of ways, but I think the old-fashioned ways, you can make too much of how important social media is, although I think Facebook is really important, and we should be better as a party at doing Facebook. Twitter, I think, is a lot less important than we imagine, and therefore I think we should be concentrating more on those things that people in our communities look at, like Facebook. But ultimately, you can't beat getting out there and talking to people, whether that's street stalls on your high street on a Saturday morning, or door knocking sessions on a Thursday night and a Saturday morning. That's what you've got to do. You've got to get out there and be seen, and crucially get into people's living rooms and talk to them.
I'm hoping you've got another weird story, because the one you told earlier was fantastic. So what is the weirdest thing that's ever happened on the doorstep?
Well, maybe I should tell that one.
Tell
Definitely
that one
the weirdest thing that ever happened to me was I was in Abertillery campaigning in the Blaenau Gwent by-election, and I was terribly keen as a young candidate to get the Labour message across to one bloke who was very, very concerned to not listen to me and to get out onto the mountain, as he kept telling me. And I couldn't really understand what he meant by that, and he was only peering around the door, and this was on a terrace street of 2 up, 2 down red brick miners' cottages, and I eventually understood what he meant when he said, look, just bugger off, because I've got to get Billy up the mountain. And the door swung open and he had a horse in the passage of his 2 up, 2 down terraced house, and he was wearing full cowboy regalia, and he led the horse out of the passage through the house where he kept it in the backyard, and got onto it and rode up onto the mountains above Ebervale and Abertillery, promising to vote Labour.